Bugün bizlerle Ömer Bey beraber. Ömer Bey, sesim geliyor mu?
Geliyor Fatih Bey. Benim sesim geliyor mu?
Evet, gayet net. Bir chatten bir ses teyidi alalım. Sesimiz geliyor mu acaba? Bir sıkıntı var mı? Merhabalar. Hoş geldiniz. Gayet güzel. Sıkıntımız yok. Ben sözü size bırakayım.
Çok teşekkür ederim Fatih Bey. Değerli katılımcılar, öncelikle hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Elektrikli araçların hızla artan popülaritesi ve sürdürülebilir enerjiye geçiş sürecinde şarj istasyonu teknolojilerinin gelişimi büyük önem taşımaktadır. Bugün burada bu alandaki en son yenilikleri ve çözümleri paylaşmak üzere toplandık. Bugün Advantech ve NXP'den değerli uzmanlarımız da sizlere yenilikçi çözümler ve ileri teknolojiler hakkında da kapsamlı bilgiler sunacaklar. Öncelikle webinarımızda 3 konu ele alınacaktır. İlk olarak Advantech Türkiye'den ben Ömer Ayberk Cevahir, Advantech elektrikli araç şarj istasyonu çözümleri başlığı altında EV şarj sistemleri hakkında çeşitli bilgilendirmeleri ve yine bu alana yönelik de teknolojik çözümlerimizden kısaca değineceğim. Ve ayrıca Advantech Türkiye olarak da sizlere firmamız hakkında genel bilgilendirmeleri ve Türkiye'deki yapımızdan sizlere biraz bahsedeceğim. Ardından Advantech Global İş Geliştirme Müdürü Bay Stephen Liu, ölçeklenebilir ve güvenli EVSE ve yenilenebilir enerji çözümleri başlığı altında elektrikli araç şarj istasyonları ve yenilenebilir enerji entegrasyonu hakkında önemli bilgiler verecek. Son olarak ise NXP'den kıdemli uygulama geliştirme uzmanı Bayan Susan Zek, NXP çözümleriyle elektrikli araç şarj istasyonu geliştirmenin geleceği konusunu ele alacak. Her iki sunum esnasında da zaten Türkçe altyazı yer alacağını da sizlere belirtmek isterim. Ayrıca sorularınız varsa sohbet kısmında da sorularınızı yazabilirsiniz. Böylece eş zamanlı olarak hem konuşmacılarımız hem de uzman mühendislerimiz sizler için soruları yanıtlıyor olacaklar. Sohbet kısmından takip edebilirsiniz. Hepinize verimli bir webinar diliyorum ve ilk konu ile webinarı başlatıyorum. Advantech şirketi olarak 1983 yılında Bay Casey Liu tarafından kurulan Endüstri 4.0 ve IoT teknolojilerine yönelik endüstriyel tip PC, kontrol cihazları ve diğer çevresel bileşenler konusunda ürünler üreten, ana merkez ve ana fabrika Tayvan'da olmak üzere 2 farklı ülkede de üretim merkezi ve 27 ülkede de faaliyet gösteren 8500'den fazla da çalışana sahip olan küresel ölçekte bir şirketiz. Advantech olarak bu sayfada da görüleceği üzere endüstriyel, embedded, servis ve cloud IoT dediğimiz bu alanlara yönelik ürünlerimizi ve çözümlerimiz de zaten mevcuttur. Ağırlıklı olarak da zaten industrial IoT ve embedded IoT sektöründe de faaliyet göstermekteyiz. Yüzdesel olarak da zaten oran burada gözükmektedir. Advantech Türkiye Genel Merkezi olarak da yine ürün ve diğer çözümlerimiz hakkında satış, marketing, lojistik, finans, teknik destek ve müşteri hizmetleri konularında da zaten kullanıcılarımıza destek sağlamaktayız. Yine bu sayfamızda da çalışmış olduğumuz büyük önemli firmalarda yine referanslarımız olarak bu sayfada gözükmektedir. Peki neden Advantech? Advantech olarak kullanıcılarımıza yenilikçi ürün ve hizmetler sunmakla birlikte çeşitli uygulamalara yönelik eksiksiz çözümler sunmak için iş ortaklarımızla da birlikte yakın işbirliği içerisinde çalışmaktayız. Yine burada bu sayfamızda da gömülü sistemler genel anlamda ne olduğu hakkında da aslında bir tanım yapmak istersek genel olarak gömülü sistemler belirli bir işlevi yerine getirmek amacıyla tasarlanmış ve başka bir cihazın bir parçası olarak çalışan, içerisinde elektronik yazılım da bulunan sisteme yönetim işlevi yapan yazılım ve donanım olmak üzere 2 alt sistemden de oluşan mikro işlemci veya mikro denetleyici tabanlı özel bilgisayar sistemleridir. Yine biz Advantech olarak da embedded sistemlerine yönelik çeşitli özelliklerde anakartlar ve diğer elektronik tabanlı çevresel bileşen ürünler ve cihazlarımız yine mevcuttur. Yine bu sayfada görüleceği üzere. Advantech olarak da zaten ürünlerimizde etki alanına odaklı haberleşme arayüzleri ve protokollerinin de yine mevcut olması, embedded sistemlerine yönelik yazılım ve diğer servislerin olması ve ürünlerimizde endüstriyel dayanım standartlarının da yüksek olması bizi bu sektörde avantajlı bir durumda bulunmamızı sağlamaktadır. Bu sayfamızdan itibaren de sizlere genel ölçekteki EV altyapısının dağıtımının hızlandırılmasından yine sizlere aslında bahsedeceğim. İlerleyen zamanlarda da dünya çapında satılan elektrikli araçların yaklaşık %60'ı elektrikli araçlar olmakla birlikte de yaklaşık 220 milyon EV şarj istasyonu da kurulması beklenmektedir. Ayrıca 2030 yılına kadar da enerji tüketiminin %32'si yenilenebilir olması öngörülmektedir. Bu veriler genel global yani küresel çapta dünya çevresinde görülen genel datalardır. Bu sayfamızda ise Türkiye'deki elektrikli araçların şarj altyapılarından aslında sizlere biraz bahsetmiş olacağım. Yine elektrikli araçlar içinde bulunduğumuz teknolojik gelişim ve dijital dönüşüm döneminin en önemli unsurlarından da biri haline gelmiştir. Yine bu sistemler karbon salınımının azaltılmasında, çevrenin korunmasında ve ekonomik olarak avantaj sağlanması konusunda da büyük faydalar sağlamaktadır. Konvansiyonel içten yanmalı araçların yerine elektrikli araçların kullanımı, iklim değişikliği ile mücadelede kararlı yaklaşımını ortaya koymuş bulunan ülkemizin bu alandaki hedeflerine ulaşmasında da zaten önemli bir etki oluşturacaktır. Önümüzdeki yıllarda da elektrikli araç stoğunun büyümesine paralel olarak şarj istasyonlarının sayısında da hızlı bir artış söz konusu olacaktır. Kayda değer bir seviyede de bir yatırım neticesinde de on binlerce noktada hizmet sunulan büyük bir sektörde oluşacaktır. Türkiye'de elektrikli araçlar için şarj altyapısının hızlı bir şekilde ülke geneline yaygınlaştırılması ve sektörün yine uzun vadede de sağlıklı ve sürdürülebilir bir yapıya kavuşturulması yine stratejik bir hedef olarak ele alınmıştır. Zaten bu alana yönelik de Sanayi ve Teknoloji Bakanlığı ile Enerji ve Tabii Kaynaklar Bakanlığı'nın koordinasyonunda da başta diğer kurumlar da olmak üzere ilgili kamu kurumlarının aktif katılımı ve özel sektörün de yoğun katkısı ile ülkemizde elektrikli araç şarj altyapısına yönelik bir gelişim planı da zaten hazırlanmıştır. Elektrikli araçların yaygınlaşması bakımından da zaten henüz gelişiminin başlarındaki bir alanda erken hareket etme ve agresif benimseme yaklaşımları sergileyen ülkelerden de zaten bahsetmek mümkündür. Türkiye bu ülkeler arasında yer almamıştır ancak elektrikli araçların daha erişilebilir maliyetlerde üretilmeye başlanması, arz tarafında çeşitliliğin de artması, şarj olanakları ve şarj menzili gibi bariyerlerin hafiflemesi gibi gelişmeler sayesinde elektrikli araçlar için ölçeklenme aşamasına şu anda gelinmiş durumdadır. Yine Sanayi ve Teknoloji Bakanlığımız tarafından da ilgili kamu kurumları ve özel sektördeki çeşitli aktörlerin katkısıyla hazırlanan mobilite araç ve teknolojileri yol haritasında da yine Türkiye'de elektrikli araçların gelişimine dair çeşitli projeksiyonlar oluşturulmuştur. Yine bu projeksiyonlara göre 2025 yılında yüksek senaryoda yıllık elektrikli araç satışının 180 bin adet ve toplam elektrikli araç stoğunda yaklaşık 400 bin adet, düşük senaryoda da ise yıllık elektrikli araç satışının 65 bin adet ve toplam elektrikli araç stoğunda 160 bin adet olacağı öngörülmektedir. Yine 2030 yılına geldiğimizde ise yüksek senaryoda yıllık elektrikli araç satışının 580 bin adet ve toplam elektrikli araç stoğunun ise 2,5 milyon adet. Düşük senaryoda yıllık elektrikli araç satışının 200 bin adet ve toplam elektrikli araç stoğunun ise 880 bin adet olacağı öngörülmektedir. Elektrikli araç sahipliğinin ve kullanımının önündeki bariyerlerin başında araçların şarj edilmesine yönelik kısıtlar gelmektedir. Mevcut araç modellerinde hali hazırdaki teknolojik olgunluk ve üretim maliyetleri nedeniyle azami menzil henüz geliştirilmesi gereken bir özellik olarak durmaktadır. Düşük menzilin yanında şarj olma sürelerinin de uzun olması kullanıcılar için şarj konusunu bir problem alanı haline getirebilmektedir. Yine ülkemizdeki hakim şehirleşme şekli, mevcut yapı stoğunun özellikleri, şehirler arası etkileşim, nüfusun coğrafi dağılımı gibi parametreleri ışığında kısa, orta ve uzun vadede ülkemizde tesis edilmesi gereken şarj altyapısına dair temel öngörüler oluşturulmuştur. Bu durumlara göre Türkiye'de 2025 yılında 30 bin adetin üzerinde halka açık şarj soketine ihtiyaç olacağı öngörülmektedir. Literatürdeki genel kabuller ve ülke şartlarımız birlikte ele alındığında da ülkemizde her 10 araca asgari bir şarj soketine ihtiyaç olacağı kabul edilmiştir. 2030 yılında ise bu sayı 160 bin olarak belirlenmiştir. 2025 yılındaki 30 bin şarj soketinin ise yine ülke dinamiklerimiz dikkate alınarak en az 8 bini hızlı şarj sunabilmelidir. Özellikle şehirler arası trafikte ve nüfus yoğunluğunun yüksek olduğu büyük şehirlerde yüksek hızlı şarj altyapısına daha fazla ihtiyaç olacaktır. Dünyada da genel yönelim şarj altyapısının içinde hızlı şarjörün arttırılması şeklinde gelişmektedir. Bu nedenle de halka açık şarj olanaklarının kısa, orta vadede en az %30'unu hızlı soketlerden tesis edilmesi öngörülmüştür. 2030 yılına kadar ise Türkiye'de en az 50 bin hızlı şarj soketinin kurulması gerekli görülmektedir. Advantech olarak bu noktada da Embedded Single Board Computer dediğimiz gömülü tek kartlı bilgisayarlar Türkçe adıyla, Industrial Display, Networking Gateway, Converter Sensing ve diğer donanım ve yazılım bileşenleri konusunda da biz Advantech olarak EV şarj sistemlerine yönelik ürün ve çözümlerimiz mevcuttur. EV şarj sistemlerine yönelik bu ürün bileşen çözümlerimiz EV şarj sistemlerine yenilikçi teknolojik çözümler getirmesinin de yanı sıra EV şarj sistemlerinin de verimli bir şekilde kontrolün ve çalışmasını da yine sağlamaktadır. Sunumu burada bitirmek isterim ve sunumumun da başında da bahsettiğim üzere sözü Advantech Global'den İş Geliştirme Müdürü Bay Stephen Liu'ya aktarmak isterim. Bay Stephen Liu ölçeklenebilir ve güvenli EVS ve yenilenebilir enerji çözümleri başlığı altında elektrikli araç şarj istasyonları ve yenilenebilir enerji entegrasyonu hakkında sizlere önemli bilgiler aktaracaktır. Sözü Bay Stephen Liu'ya bırakıyorum. Çok teşekkür ederim.
Thank you. It's my honor to talk about Advantech's scalable and secure EV charging and green energy solutions. On behalf of Advantech's product team, I'm the business development manager of EIoT. In recent years, Advantech has been working on solutions to meet the increasing demand for microgrid transformation. As we all know that there are a lot of emerging applications for energy generation, storage, and consumption, especially for EV chargers. So I would like to start my presentation today from our solutions for EV supply equipment, or EVSE, in other words, EV chargers. Advantech is targeting at level 2 or level 3 destination charging or supercharger that require more integration among different peripherals and subsystems. And these are chargers that require higher computing power and Advantech expertise as well. And a lot of our customers have experience in outdoor kiosks or transportation equipment or utility energy equipment integration. That's why they trust Advantech's product for EV charging infrastructure development. Advantech is proud to provide a wide range of products, from the controller board to LAN switch to display and smart meter, or even edge gateway solutions in a EV charger, especially DC fast charger. A lot of critical components require industrial grade quality, and computing or connectivity solutions. However, from my point of view, the number one challenge for EV charging providers is that currently they are dealing with too many controllers within a DC charger. There should be a controller for payment, for smart metering, for license plate recognition. There should be another 1 or 2 controllers for the important PLC communication, power line communication between the charger and the charging gun and the electric vehicle itself. Another controller for HMI, another one for signage display. This adds up to very high procurement and maintenance cost for charger developers. So the solution is easy. Advantech is going to provide a kind of integrated but scalable solution that can accommodate all the computing demand from different peripherals, especially the communication between the charger and the electric vehicle. And this particular communication is done by ISO 15118 or the power line communication protocol in Europe and in North America, and it's done by the SAEJ 1772 protocol for Japan and China. So we'll provide different protocols, the physical layer for different protocols in different regions. Based on this, we are launching a new series of single board computers called the AFE series. There will be a series of single board especially designed for EV charging control and communication. And they will come in with very high scalability. Customers can choose the computing platform and the computing power they need. You don't have to make do with insufficient or excessive computing power. You can stay with your x86 or ARM-based platform. And we try to include all the I/O connectors and the protocols needed by EV chargers, especially the PLC I was talking about. And we make sure that you can control or rescue the computer even in out-of-band situation when the operating system is down. Usually, you need to send someone to restart the computer, but with Advantech's HBMC technology, you will be able to control the computer with a standalone chipset with independent CPU and Ethernet connection when the operating system is down. And what's most important is our embedded security solution that protects your computer from the very bottom of the embedded layer and up to the communication and cloud services. Up to date, we've already launched this AFE 350 3.5-inch single board computer that meet all the requirements I was just talking about, especially the PLC control or capability. And this one is perfect for people who are already working on outdoor kiosks on x86 or even on the Windows operating system. And it also run Ubuntu Linux operating system. However, we understand that there are people who are more familiar with ARM-based controllers who have been working on NXP products for green energy facilities. That's why we are developing this AFE E320, an NXP-based single board computer coming soon later this year. And all of these AFE single board computers will come in with ISO 15118 or J1772 protocols to meet European, American, or even Chinese and Japanese standards. As you know, Advantech is a gold partner with NXP. There are a wide range of NXP i.Max products coming in different form factors, from system on module to single board and to box PCs or system products. But the AFE 320 coming up soon will be based on NXP i.MX93. I will have Susanna to talk about more on the i.MX93 series. But to give you a sneak peek into this latest product, I want to highlight that it will come in with one LVDS and one HDMI connector for display. It will have enough UART connectors for your serial ports, RS-232 or RS-485 protocols. Interfaces, there will be 4 native CAN bus for your charging guns. That will be pretty much enough for your design. And again, it will be built in with a PLC controller, in particular the QCA 7000 series chipset for ISO 15118. That's the physical layer for US, North America, and European charging standards. And the single board can endure very extreme temperature from -40 to 85 degrees Celsius. That's very important for outdoor EV chargers. Now, speaking of outdoor challenges, display is another point in question. Customers require very high brightness and very durable, strong casing and extreme temperature accommodation for harsh environment. You probably saw the news a few weeks back. Tesla EVs got frozen in -30 something or -40 degrees Celsius in some part in the US. And that's something we want to avoid from the system design. With optical bonding technology, the display can survive in moisturous environment and offer high contrast visibility and endurance and strength in an outdoor environment. And it's very important to make sure of this high brightness, because you want your customers to see all the payment or charging information effortlessly, seamlessly, even under bright sun. But sunlight is another challenge. Exposure under sunlight can damage the display, will reduce its lifetime. That's why we will leverage our UV resistant and IR resistant technologies to make sure that these UV rays and infrared are rejected even before they penetrate the glass. And we've developed a very unique white temperature solution to accommodate such as -40 degrees Celsius environment. How do we do it? We add a heater film behind the LCD panel, and we will add an intelligent analog to digital board to make sure that everything runs very smoothly during this kind of situation. There are a wide range of industrial display products for your choice, but the IDK 2000 series is most popular among our EV charging customers. In addition to EV charger itself or EVXC itself, we also offer a lot of products to manage a EV charging site or EV charging station. You can see a reference design on this slide and see how we would deploy a gateway to manage all different facilities and their communication from the charge point to the cloud management system. We also learn from our home solar electricity customers about their need to integrate power generation, consumption, and storage all together in a microgrid. And that's when we offer a lot of more embedded solutions for developers. Another very important business is battery energy storage system, or BESS. BESS will be very critical in moderating supply and demand in micro and macro grid as well. And Advantech is proud to offer the gateways, the communication modules, and protocol transfer tools to accommodate different industrial standards. There are, again, a lot of edge computers or gateways to choose, and we have proposed an Advantech BESS reference architecture from EV chargers to their backend management. And we can offer a total solution from the charger to the communication and to data management, connectivity management, and even to dashboard and data management on the cloud. However, security is always a concern when we talk about such grid management. As we know, grid is so vulnerable to cyber attacks, especially when there are a lot of geopolitical tensions happening everywhere. And the energy supply chain is very complicated, from power generation to the grid to payment and then to EV charging station. If any part of it gets compromised or hacked by malicious attackers, the whole system will be down. That's why everybody is important. Everybody has to do his or her job to protect the hardware, to protect the device or equipment from any infiltration. To meet the rising demand for security design, Advantech has come up with a software architecture that is compliant to IEC 62443, which is the overarching standard for embedded or industrial security in many different vertical markets, especially energy or critical infrastructure. And this IEC 62443 is actually the foundation for many national or regional standards as well. And what do we do in Advantech? With all the standardized and customized products and services, all the way from the bottom, from the BIOS, the chipset, TPM, from OS to security tools like application control and daily operation management tools like Devison, Advantech is able to prepare the customers for such certification, for IEC 62443 certification. In other words, we've got the homework done for our customers so that you don't have to do so much on the software side. We've got it ready for you. We try to make sure that the very bottom of devices are well protected. And for customers who are using Linux, we would strongly recommend Ubuntu as your operating system, because Ubuntu offers very high security poster with regular security patching. And if you choose Ubuntu Core, especially with Snap, you get very lightweight Linux OS, very securely running on your IoT devices or EV chargers. Finally, I would like to introduce our latest innovation for a zero trust infrastructure on EV chargers, and especially to meet the OCPP requirements. That is the most popular communication protocol among EV chargers and other energy facilities. We understand that TLS is a very important encryption requirement stated by OCPP, and with Advantech's PKI solution, we'll be able to help customers meet the highest security profile by OCPP from the creation and management of the certificates on each and every device. And what does that mean? Well, ideally, whenever the charger talks to his or her manager on the cloud, for example, like a charging management system, or whenever it talks to the payment system, the charger has to validate itself as an authentic and genuine entity with a kind of certificate. So this certificate is very important to make sure that your identity is real, is authentic, and no one gets hacked within your communication. This kind of communication or encryption is very common when we use our mobile phone to do a transaction with our banks, or when we go on the internet and surf through different websites. And now we are bringing this encryption and certification process to IoT devices, especially to EV chargers. And with that certificate, we'll be able to establish a zero trust infrastructure with advanced device management functions. I want to highlight one specific feature. That is, we'll be able to write that kind of certificate or encryption onto the device so that no one can hack the communication. How? We can write that certificate onto a TPM module, a hardware module, or any similar equivalent software mechanism on the chipset or on the motherboard, so that no one can hack or can replace your identity. And this whole architecture will allow EV charging manufacturers to create or to register, to manage and revoke those certificates when you transfer the equipment or when you renew contract with your CPOs, with your charge point operators. It's a ready-to-use, very comprehensive management portal on which you will be able to see all the certificate status for each and every charger. Perhaps it's time to renew a certificate, or perhaps there's something wrong with the certification on a particular charger, and you have to look into that. And with such PKI or public key infrastructure, you'll be free to exchange information and to update very important software or firmware onto the chargers with the PKI infrastructure. So that concludes my introduction to Advantech's comprehensive offering for the energy creation, energy generation, and energy consumption facilities, especially for EV charging. We talked about EV charger, controller board, communication board, display, and we talked about the security solutions for Advantech's products. I look forward to your feedback. Thank you. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce Susanna Zach from NXP to introduce us what NXP brings about for this particular vertical.
So, hello everybody, and thank you for joining today's session. It's my honor to be here today. And today I will tell you more about the future of EV charging station development with NXP solutions. So coming first to the agenda, first I would like to introduce you the EV charging standards, followed by the EV charging design challenges. Then I would like to tell you a bit more about the host controller, especially 93. Another example for enablement platform, and last but not least, a short summary. So the vehicle standards, there are existing and upcoming standards for charging stations. And we would like to give an overview of them with the related use cases. So let's first start with the IEC 61851. This is the low-level PWM communication between the charging station and the electrical vehicle. In a very simple term, information, so where those can be exchanged between them, and it's, as you can see, it's restricted to AC only. Then we have the SHADEMO. This is account-based protocol. That focus is on DC and bidirectional power transfer, which is particularly useful if you want, for example, take the energy from the vehicle back to your home. So, and this was followed by the DIN spec 7121. This is DC only. This is introducing a home plug green-fi method communication at this time, and it was done for a stepping stone before the first version of the ISO 15118 was released. So, and the ISO 15118-20 was released in 2014. It combines both, so AC and DC. It also has the high-level communication to the home plug green-fi, and now it also allows much high-level security. So for the first time, we have a TLS connection between the charging station and the vehicle. So we can authenticate the vehicle, and because we can rely now on authentication, it also brings up the possibility of having plug and charge, where information with the vehicle in terms of certificate is then used to authenticate the vehicle, which could be used for payment, for example, or cloud application to track the charging session. And the most recently standard what we have is the ISO 15118-20, which again combines AC and DC charging. The security has been improved. We will talk about this in detail a bit later on. Obviously, we are continuing plug and charge. New to the standard is wireless power transfer, as well as bidirectional power transfer. So being able to exchange between the vehicle battery and the home grid is very useful. And finally, also, it has the automated connection device, which is either under the body or on the side body connection. So a quick high-level introduction to ISO 15118. This is very much a client-server mechanism, where the supply equipment communication controller, so the so-called SEC, which sits inside the charging station, acts as a server. And then inside the electrical vehicle, we have the electrical vehicle controller, which acts as a client. So the client will send requests to the charging station and to the server. So, and then the SEC will respond. But there is also a mechanism where the SEC could trigger a certain kind of request. And it does it by setting up a flag in the response message. And a good example could be, for example, when it comes to the renegotiation of the charging schedule with the car. Coming to the EV charging design challenges. First of all, let's talk about the application ecosystem. So given the complexity of the ecosystem and of the application, every player in this picture has a critical role and critical influence the definition of the application specifications, right? So, for example, energy utility is critical in defining the request in terms of energy management accuracy or energy billing, or the e-mobility players are critical by defining everything around the payment system. So we need to engage with all those key players of the ecosystem to shape the application around the technologies. So now let's talk about the design challenges, where we phased out 6 major points. So starting with to deliver the power in a efficient, reliable, and safe way. So given by the standard and local legislations. Also important is the accurate energy management for accurate current and voltage measurement, which also impacts the state of health and the state of charge of the battery. Another factor is, of course, security and reliable connectivity, for example, for ISO 15118, so especially for bidirectional charging, or if you want to send sensitive data to the cloud system. This also comes, of course, with the payment itself. Then autonomous energy management. This also affects, of course, the battery state of health as well as the state of charge. And last but not least, whenever there comes a new regulation or a new standard, the system needs to fulfill, of course, these future standards, and it should be possible to implement them. So normally the electrically vehicle supply equipment, so-called also EVSE, comes into 2 parts. On the left side, we have the power socket board, which does all the safety requirements, complies with regulations and standards, and measures the energy in an accurate way and transfer it to the vehicle. And on the right side, we have the smart controller, which normally electrically isolated from the power socket board, and it manages security, services, and connectivity to remote server or party. And the connections between the EVSE elements are defined by a range of security connectivity standards, whether to the vehicle or cloud-based managed systems. So now, why choosing NXP for development platforms? Well, we have a lot of experiences at NXP. We also have simplified designs, so based on customer needs, we can leverage also the platforms, whether it's MCU or MPU. We also have a lot of experiences and leverage security system to transmit sensitive data either to cloud or for payment. Now let's talk a bit the host controller. So we at NXP have a bright portfolio with scalable processors. So starting with the transitional IPC kinetics and MCX and MCUs. Going upper if needed to cross over MCUs, or if customers want more power, we also provide NPUs. Since we have been developed our MCU and NPU platforms inside the same business lines, we have reused as much as possible the IP blocks from the smallest MCU to the most powerful NPU. And yeah, so I mean, this gives us the ability to write software for our MCU that can also run on the Cortex-M inside the application processors. We also underpin the full range of scalable MCUs and NPUs with a broad portfolio with Wi-Fi, BLE, ZigBee, or Thread, and other wireless connectivity transceivers and devices. So, and last but not least to mention here, the wireless software stacks and the example software packs for the Meta protocol are included with the software developer kits for each processor, as well as example software to let these different radio types interwork. And the chips have a full range of built-in security and machine learning, or other hardware options are also supported. So now let's talk a bit the i.MX9 family. So there are 9 reasons to get excited of. So first, there's a truly scalable platform with a single core applications processor, all the way up to the latest Core 9.2 application processor. Also advancing low power leadership by providing new low power motors for industrial and consumer IoT applications that are very always on, always listening, and always displaying content. Third, selection of ARM Mali GPU, proven high performing graphics solution in the consumer or mobile space. We will bring exponential graphics and also brings high quality software to the i.MX9 devices. Fourth, selection of NXP Neutron NPU to enable scalable machine learning acceleration from MCU to NPU with potential to add new NXP-only capabilities. Fifth, selection of NXP ISP to enhance our embedded vision leadership and, of course, to enable more cost-effective, robust, and comprehensive system implementation. The sixth step would be then, the sixth point would be expanding the high speed and high bandwidth data connectivity with the addition of 10G servers. All right, and the seventh would be creating new industrial optimized application processors at TSN, NET switch, or support for industrial protocols, functional safety if needed, or to increase some for i.MX applications processors for the industry market. Eighth, advancing our security leadership through central roadmap evaluation. Ninth is adding, we have added the extended industrial qualifications to our already expensive consumers, industrial and automotive user profilities to provide also more ways in which our products can be used. And last but not least, a big plus is on top the longevity program, software enablement, and if customers want to also to have use it as a system solution approach. All right, so we also have customers where they really often come to us where they want to have Linux for performance perspective, perhaps, or because they have most of Linux programmers, and that's really where they would like to focus on. So for us, we start with the latest MPU. It is the i.MX93 device. This is a very useful device, especially in charging. So inside it has the combination of A cores or application cores, as well as having M33 core that perhaps you can partition your application and run some of your application to feministic low-level function on the M core as well. We also have new processing unit where you can do some machine learning, for example. So around the core we also have isolated CAN if you want to have a CAN-based backplane for communication. It also has a number of display driving choices. We also having dual Ethernet on this device. So this will allow you to connect other boards if needed. So in the whole system, we also have inbuilt tamper detection, crypto acceleration as well, and onboard ADC. So if you want, for example, reduce your component costs and bill of materials, then you can add some of the analog functions that you need for detecting the plug of the connected PWM signal, whether to the vehicle is ready for charge or not. But it also has a security built in, so it has a security enclave that we can use for protecting within the chip, or as well doing some cryptographic acceleration, and it also has anti-tamper. And if needed for cross communication, there we have example communication for home area networks or for Zigbee networks, then maybe a longer range, or for a longer wide network. We also have the possibility for including ISM transceivers as well as NFC. All right. So we might start off with the i.XM93 as explained before. In some cases, perhaps our customers will say, I don't need this quite level of horsepower. So then there is a family members, for example, the i.MX6ULL, for example, where you can step down and add develop platforms around, or indeed customers maybe want to have more horsepower, like a larger display resolution, for example. So then they choose the i.MX8M. And across the whole family, we have the secure boot, where we have the cryptographic acceleration, and that allows us to start considering cyber resilience and to manage a secure bridge. All right. So what about security? So let's talk about this a bit deeper. Yeah, many of our customers already are familiar with ISO 15118, and now I'm showing a snapshot of that. So to point out really is here to some security mandated important factors, which covers the communication between the vehicle and the charging station. So between the EV and DVC, the communications are mandated, where we also talk about TLS. We talk about ACDH and ACDSA, for example. However, when we look at the actual charging station host itself, there is also no mandate around the firmware integrity, for example, so that's not in the scope. Okay, so we really need to thinking about our security as whole security. So this is really important, and yeah, we might have many layers in the ISO 15118. So, but this is just describing the connection, so the security related to the connection. So, yeah, we really as a designer need to think about ahead and think about different security needs, what we need to include, like security boot, tamper resistance, security logs, or security backend connectivity. So for EV charging stations, we from NXP really would recommend the SE050. So let's talk about this a bit more. These are the secure elements. Yeah, let's say it's just another name for HSM or high security modules. That's referenced in the ISO 15118-20 spec. So the SE050 has RSR and ECC on chip. The benefit of having on chip is that we from NXP have done certifications, but also the SE050 has a space for user memory that can have access controls built up on it, where you could store additional information about the system, or yeah, hashes of your PKI certificates and keep them securely inside the SE050. Yeah, which gives the flexibility in different features. And yeah, also it comes with a level of security, so it is tamper resistance, and they have been assessed to the common criteria EA level 6. And also to mention, it also comes with the plug and trust middleware for solution assistant design-in, and it is also updatable for security. So from the security requirements perspective, a quick summary of what is supported. So we have TLS, we have cryptography defined, so the ECC, this SCAPS 261R1 curve. We are also yeah, supporting certificates which arrive 800 bytes and full level certificate chain. And that functionalities which are important for us are all supported with the SE050. And now let's look at the ISO 15118-20. We already mentioned yeah, mutual authentication with TLS, the cryptography, the longer key hash increased. So what we also have now is 256. And a longer curve, so the 500 to 1 R1. We can have also multiple contracts if needed. For example, if for higher certificates or longer certificates, And also those functions are supported with the AC050. So I would also talk about a bit about the edge log to go managed. So the edge log to go managed is where we from NXP are able to create secrets, where we can issue those secrets and certificates if needed, and we can program them physically into the device, and yeah, that is bringing a level of security, because you know, when they are being programmed within our secure environment at NXP, we have a lot of security on that possibility, on this approach. We also use the same environmental for banking or for electronic ID and passports. So yeah, we are just reusing those facilities and the same levels as security, and yeah, we make sure that these keys which were created are diversified, and that brings us a level of security, of course. What we can do the next is to register those devices to a backend or to the cloud on a customer's behalf. And yeah, they can be a number of different kind of credentials where the keys, certificates, IDs, where they can be any kind of certificates or IDs. And yeah, that brings us also a lot of flexibility to the system, because yeah, sometimes there are customers where they can then start thinking about different configuration, yeah, depending of course of the use cases and depending on the device itself. And yeah, once those credentials are registered in the cloud, for example, and they are in the device when the product is built and it is powered on, the information can then be used on its first connection to the cloud, and then they will be recognized and communicate automatically, because then information can be relied on and the information is known. So yeah, there is now this principle of zero touch, where we at NXP can help with getting that information in any kind of system. Coming to the enablement platform, here showing another EV charging design, but of course customers can choose based on their needs and based on their use cases and requirements which they want to choose. We from NXP have such this possibility with security, with NFC, analog front end, also with Wi-Fi connectivity to cloud system and touch panel. But as I said, so customers can choose which design they wanna go with. So from the enablement perspective, yeah, we have an ambient temperature range. We have a product longevity plus 10 years. We have the possibility to scale performance and the memory footprints for future requirements. We also can reuse one-phase and three-phase variants, and we have a lot of design support, like with the evaluation board. We will also help with schematics, Gerber files or design files, with the software, with schematic review, and we also have an NXP community for direct support. So let's summarize. NXP accelerate the time to market with leveraging design, schematics, also metrology and software. We also reduce the device complexity and costs, and the de-risk development. So customers can choose either they want to go with MPU or MCU, or they can switch to one enablement platform to another. We also build on NXP years. We also from NXP have a lot of experiences, lot of support, and yeah, the support of course comes across with multiple technologies like Wi-Fi, security, NFC, MCU, MPU, metering, power, and so on. Thank you.
Sunumlar için çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Ömer Bey, eklemek istediğiniz bir şey var mıdır?
Şu şekilde belirteyim. Umarım keyifli bir webinar olmuştur. Herkese çok teşekkür ederim katılımları için. Önümüzdeki webinarla da görüşmek dileğiyle diyorum ben. Herkese tekrardan çok teşekkür eder. İyi çalışmalar dilerim.
Çok teşekkürler. Görüşmek üzere.